What's going on, guys? My name is Flame and I'm commentating this game. This is IBL Season 5 Week 1 against Shiny Sableye and his Baltimore Orioulus. And I'm just double checking real quick. My OBS is picking up my mic. I may have to boost it. I'm a little bit sick right now. My voice is not at 100%. But we're going to go over this battle. We'll go over the team that I brought and the team that my opponent brought. I will actually pull up his team as I start, his full team as I start going over my team. I brought I believe Spadef, and I think Fizdef Registeel. You know what? Sorry about that cut. I'm going to go over the team real quick and kind of explain it based around what Ben's team is. I will go over his team right now. I have it pulled up. He has Mew, Weavile, Infernape, Swellow, Rotom, Tangela, Steelix, Alomomola, Clefairy, Sliggoo, and Mega Beedrill. That was the 11 Mons that he drafted. He's very top heavy with a lot of very lower tier Mons. So when I was prepping for this, I realized that he has a lot of physical attackers, and then Rotom and Swellow. And that Mew can potentially be a physical attacker too, or a special attacker as well. So my team is very physical defensive heavy. As you can see, we have a fully physically defensive Registeel with Stealth Rock, Toxic, Iron Head, and Earthquake. This thing can take a fire type move or a fighting type move from Infernape. However, I would not want it to, but it does have Earthquake, which will be able to take out Infernape after Rocks. If I'm not mistaken, I did these calcs a while back. If not, it does 2-hit KO, and I'm not able to live 1, but I wouldn't leave this thing in against Infernape unless I had to. And he has Clefairy, so Iron Head is there for Clefairy, Toxic is there to do just toxic things, and Stealth Rocks because, you know, it's a Steel type, it kind of needs Stealth Rocks. Now we have Granbull, Splurge the Granbull with the Kibia Berry, which weakens poison type moves, because Infernape. This is my main switch in to Infernape. Oh, and Weavile. That's for Weavile, not Infernape. This is my main switch in for Weavile. Kibia Berry is to weaken Weavile's Poison Jab. 176 attack is to guarantee KO a lot of things. Guarantee KO is the Infernape with Earthquake. And the 76 defense, Bold, is kind of there so just so it can live the hits a little bit better. But play rough, Earthquake, Heal Bell, and Thunder Wave. He has the Mega Beedrill. This thing with the Kibia Berry can potentially take a Poison Jab from the Mega Beedrill after it Intimidate, but I don't want that to have to happen. This thing can also paralyze the Infernape, and it can also paralyze the Weavile, which are huge threats. It could potentially paralyze the Swellow if it is a Guts Swellow, and I Intimidated, of course. So now we're going to move on to Master the Suicune, which is named after Pokemaster Mike. But, you know, that doesn't fit in Wi-Fi. So this is kind of almost Crocoon. I just don't have Sleep Talk, because I needed Ice Beam, specifically for the Swellow and the Tangela. The Tangela scared the crap out of me. Tangela kind of, other than Mega Camera Up, kind of beat my team, Tangela did. So I had Ice Beam on this just in case, in Sliggoo, of course, because Scald does nothing to eviolate Sliggoo. Basically, I get this thing on like Weavile or something I can set up on, like Alomomola even, and start setting up Calm Minds and just be a general annoyance to his team. Now we have the Landorus, and I decided to run Choice Scarf Landorus with enough speed to outspeed, I think, Mega Beedrill. It has enough speed to outspeed Mega Beedrill by 1 point, and then kill it off with a Rock Slide. So this is another one of my Mega Beedrill, I wouldn't say counters, but checks. It can come in on it a couple times and take it out pretty easily. That's like the main thing that I brought this for. It also does handle Infernape quite well. We are going to move on to Reuniclus with the Colbur Berry. It is made to take a hit from Weavile and take it out with Focus Blast. However, that's not really the main reason it's there. The main reason is there is to set up the Trick Room in case things get dire. And Trick Room, you know, just overall with my team does really well. But next up, the final Pokemon that we have, and of course, I EV'd it a certain way for a reason. I forget what that reason is, though, off the top of my head. But I know I EV'd it that way for a reason. I forget what it is, though. That's named after Ultraplayer. This is named after Spanic at the Disco. This is named after Splurge from the GBA server. This is named after Hoyu from the GBA server. And this is Clasped Frame, which doesn't... it would, but I've just named it Clasped. The Mega Camerupt with Iron Head, Lava Plume, Earth Power, and Overheat. I realized like halfway through the game that I could have ran Flamethrower and it would have been more powerful because Sheer Force gets rid of the burn chance. Because I'm an idiot when I prep sometimes. But Iron Head with the 92 attack guaranteed KOs Clefairy if it came down to that. And then the 164 modest special attack can 2-hit KO a lot of things. I believe Earth Power 2-hit KOs Alomomola if it came down to that, and I can live a Scald unless he's like max special attack modest, which I would not see happening. But we're gonna go right back to the game, and we're back with the battle. I'm not having it full screen like I did at the beginning because I'm lazy and I don't feel good. But he did bring the Weavile, which beats my team left unchecked. The Swellow, where if I get the set wrong, I was predicting that he was going to bring Spec Swellow because his team kind of needed special attackers. But if I get it wrong and he's Guts, it could be a nuisance. He has Infernape, which I'm thinking would be, going into this, a Stealth Rocking Taunt lead to kind of counter a lot of my slower Pokemon. Alomomola, which is just a general annoyance with Wish Passing. Lord, I hate Alomomola. Sliggoo, which is just going to be a general Spadef annoyance, and Rotom, which hits me really fast, really hard, could trick Choice Scarf if he is that set. We are going to hit play music off, and we are going to get right into the battle. I'm going to lead off with Registeel, as he does lead off with his Infernape. Now, I do not want to stay in against that. I'm going to go out into Suicune, as he does taunt me, which I was correct on when I was first playing. And he's going to go for the Scald as he switches into Rotom. It does a little bit under half. But then he's going to go into his Alomomola as I go into my Mega Camera, which for some reason the sprite isn't loading. This is going way too fast. Hold up. Go back. So he goes into the Rotom as I go into my Suicune. He's going to go out into his Alomomola as I switch in my Mega Camera up, which is a good prediction on his part. However, I know after Mega Evolving I can live a Scald, but I didn't want to risk it. So I do just double right back out into my Registeel, potentially taking a Scald. But, you know, it's Infernape. So I switch back out into Landorus to intimidate it, and possibly take a close combat, which I take really well. So he's going to have to try to figure out my investment in there. But he is going to go out into the Alomomola as I go for the Rock Slide, which this is a Bizdef Alomomola. Stupid mosquito. Just kill the mosquito. I'm going to switch out into the Registeel as he is going to go for the Wish. And I believe I do click Toxic, trying to Toxic this thing because it is just a annoyance. No, I went for Rocks, predicting his switch. Now I think I go for Toxic to, you know, put this thing on a timer, but, you know, Wish Passing is a thing. So that sucks. You're going to see Alomomola become such a huge annoyance later on, and when I was battling this, I hated it. But I am going to go out into my Camerupt on the Will-O-Wisp, so that was good on me. Camerupt is a really good switch into this, unless he has Hidden Power Water, which I wouldn't see. I am going to Mega Evolve and go for the Overheat, which does a little bit under half, so Alomomola is just being dumb. I hate Alomomola. But Overheat did KO the Rotom at 100%, that's why I went for it. He's going to go for the Knockoff and knock off my leftovers on the switch. Good prediction on his part. I mean, I wasn't going to stay in because I was at -2 special attack. I'm going to go for the Toxic there, but I'm already Toxiced, so that sucks. I believe I go for the Stealth Rocks this turn. I should have Toxiced there, but no, I'm going to actually go into the Camerupt because I didn't want to get burned. Which again was a good play on his part, switching in on me. This is a long battle, by the way. You're in for the long haul, guys. He's going for the Wish. He's Wish Passing into the Rotom as I set up the Rocks yet again. Because Rocks do hurt his team if they are left on the field. But we are going to see this next turn as I switch out into Camerupt. He is going to go for the Defog yet again. And because I know that he is going to probably switch into the Alomomola yet again, I am going to click Lava Plume just in case, because I don't want to go for Overheat and have to switch out again and let him do what he needs to do. And I believe this turn I make the ballsy play. No, I didn't. This wasn't the turn I made the ballsy play. It's later. He goes out into his Infernape as I go for the Lava Plume again, which pops his Balloon. Because I knew he wasn't going to stay in. So there is that. He's going to go for the U-turn and go into the Sliggoo as I go for the Earth Power. And Earth Power does a crap ton. So this, again, I'm not really sure what Sliggoo spread this was. He's going to go for the Muddy Water, which does 34%, which is actually a lot more than I expected from the Sliggoo. But I'm going to go for the Play Rough. And this Alomomola is so annoying. I actually hate it for the sheer fact of how annoying it's being. He's going to keep, Wish Passing. My main switch in for this Alomomola is Registeel. Sorry, I'm tired and I'm sick, but because Registeel can, poison it. But he's just going to keep Wish Passing into Rotom. I guess Rotom is his main switch into this. It does take Seismic Toss, it does take Earth. Okay. Let's hope I don't have to edit anymore, because I don't like editing that much. But it's a personal thing. So I did miss commentating over a couple things, so I'll go back a couple turns. So as I was saying, Registeel is my main switch into this Alomomola, but his main switch into the Registeel is the Rotom, so that's going to keep happening. And my main switch into the Rotom is the Camerupt. So we're kind of in like a loop-to-loop, kind of going back and forth, doing the same thing over and over again. He's going to get rid of the rocks as I switched in, which is kind of what I needed to happen. I'm dead. Just like physically. I'm going to go for the Lava Plume, and I think this is where I make the ballsy play. Right? He's going to go for the Wish, and Earth Power is going to take this thing out. And that won me the game there. That Alomomola was the only thing stopping me from winning. I know he has Muddy Water. You can see on the side there where I figured out that Lava Plume didn't work. But I knew he had the Muddy Water, so this was the perfect time to bring in my Suicune and start setting up Calm Mind, because now he can't hurt me. Sure, he's going to go for the Thunderbolt, but after a Calm Mind... So I think this is like an offensive Sliggoo. But after 2 Calm Minds, he's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to go for the Toxic, but I have Rest. So... Suicune is going to do what Suicune does best. Going for another Calm Mind there. Sorry for that desktop notification. But I'm going to be able to live this Volt Switch. And I believe I go for the Rest to make sure that I live any hit. So now I'm at +3, and 100%. Excuse me. He's going to go for the Taunt just in case I had Sleep Talk, which I don't. So it didn't really matter. Close Combat doesn't do enough to 3-hit KO me, even. So I am going to be able to wake up this next turn. However, he does know that this is one of his win cons. So I am going to click Scald. Scald is going to take out the Rotom right here, which is good for me. Less momentum for him is always a good thing. And my taunt wears off now, so I am able to continue setting up Calm Minds, or continue resting, or just continue being general annoyance. He goes for the Knockoff, which brings me way down, which was scary. He has Life Orb, which I predicted. I go for the Scald, and it burns. Which sucks for him. I think another move of around the same base power as Knockoff would have killed. But I do go for the Rest as he switches in, because I don't want to die, man. I could have clicked Scald there again, which would have taken this out. However, he's going to bring it down to a position now. I think I should have Scalded that turn. But he's going to bring it down to a place where I kind of have to sack off Suicune at a point. Or sack off something. But I'm going to wake up as he switches in the Sliggoo, and Scald isn't going to do a lot. I do get another burn, which is the most burns I've ever gotten in the game. And go for the Ice Beam. Ice Beam brings him down quite low as he goes for another Toxic. Now I don't want to be Toxic, and I know within the next couple of turns he's going to die to the burn. So I believe I click Rest this turn as my taunt wears off. So Suicune is doing what Suicune does best, and that is be annoying. So I'm sorry that Suicune is being Suicune Ben, but I'm not sorry. And I'm glad I predicted that it was the special set, because now that I'm set up, this thing can't do anything to me. And I am going to wake up the next turn and kill off his Swellow with an Ice Beam. In hindsight, I maybe should have rested there, gotten the health back up, But now I'm in a position where I either have to switch out or sack Suicune. I do want to preserve differential, so I do go out into the Granbull, and I'm going to eat up this close combat like a champ, because Granbull is amazing. That's the main reason I got it, is to switch into physical attackers like that. My team was very fighting weak. He's going to go into the Sliggoo as I go for the Earthquake, and Sliggoo is going to go down. So right now I'm sitting very pretty. He's going to go back out into the Infernape, and I can't live a Flare Blitz without an Intimidate. I'm going to go into this, Intimidate. Even Intimidated, that did a lot more than I wanted it to. And I didn't know if he was Scarfed or not, because he didn't really show. But that Flare Blitz did quite a bit. And now I go out into Camerupt, which he's going to U-turn now. So this Infernape is just kind of meh. I realize now I probably could have saved a differential a little bit better. Orioulus didn't even touch the field looking at things. But he is going to go down to recoil damage, which sucks. It's not a kill for me. And it was here that I could have preserved differential a little bit better. I didn't realize how much close combat would have done. So down goes Camerupt. I should have just clicked Earthquake and Landorus versus this thing earlier. So that way I could have gotten the 6-0. But, you know, that's how the game works. So let me end off this game by saying that Ben in the power rankings was number 1. I in the power rankings was number 13. I just did an upset. I normally don't do this. So for me, that was a good moment, and I'm sorry, Ben, for Suicune just being the annoyance that it is. But if you guys enjoyed the battle, be sure you leave a like and comment down below what you thought of the battle. This is going up Sunday, I believe. So leave a comment down below. How's your Sunday going? Some of you may be at church, some of you doing stuff on your Sundays. How's your Sunday going? Let me know. But I will see you all in the next video, which will actually be tomorrow. It's going to be another draft analysis. And it's a lot better than this draft. I will see you all then. Take care.